he playing it down about regaining those titles, about getting revenge? But it's pretty big. It feels important in the career of Tyson Fury.
It's massive. He can play it down as much as he wants, and he can say that he hasn't really taken time to process a defeat because his boxing meetings can happen. He's been obsessing about this ever since it happened. Morning, noon and night. Morning, noon and night. Because all he's known is winning. And I know he's got that draw on the record, but we all felt that he deserved to get the decision that night. He certainly, in his mind, would have put that down as a victory. And then you lose by split decision, and you're going to hate it. You're going to hate every single second of it. And that's what makes these people who they are. They cannot accept it. They will not accept it. They have to put it right. It's as simple as that. He has to put it right on Saturday. Because if he goes 2-0 down against Oleksandr Usyk, he's got to live with that for the rest of his days. And that would be a very, very hard thing for somebody like him to do. It's a tragic flaw in a way. Elite level athletes, particularly fighters, is that they're so incredibly competitive and have so much of themselves. Even if they come fractionally short at the very highest level, me and you can say, but what a great fight, what a great effort. You must have been proud to have been a part of it. They'll look at you like they're going to kill you because they can never be proud of a defeat under any circumstances. It's just how they are.
But here's the thing. There's been a lot of talk about how's he going to bounce back from a defeat? How does it affect him mentally? He thinks he won. He's got people around him that thinks he won. One judge had him winning.
Okay, he doesn't. And listen, he's a very good student of the game. And no matter what he tells you or I, you know, he knows the game better than most out there, better than everybody in his corner. He doesn't think he won. And the reason why he's come back with the attitude he's got, with the chip on the shoulder that he's got, because he knows for a fact this man made him look bad. This man made him eat his own words. This man that he said could never beat him. And that's because he blames himself for that. And when he blamed himself for that, now he thinks I'm going to fix this. Now the loss was either going to make him or break him. Hopefully, it's made him. And we'll find out this week. We'll find out when he gets in the ring. We'll find out when he meets face to face with Usyk. We'll find out. Or when the first ball goes, we'll find out if the last fight's broken.
Tyson Fury looks very deep in thought, and we're going to bring in a man who is very curious about Tyson Fury. Alex Krasik, give us your thoughts. What are you seeing here in Tyson Fury? Looks very...
Oh, I see a fisherman from the north, somewhere from Scandinavia.
At the press conference last time, Oleksandr Usyk got Tyson Fury to sign the photo. I'm curious, what did you think in that moment? Johnny Nelson thinks that would be embarrassing for Tyson. What did you think when that happened?
It was an absolutely friendly move. He opened the suitcase, being dressed like a killer. What can you expect there, other than photographs? You never have a friendly assassin. And that's what he was. He was a friendly assassin.
You know, looking at this, I'm wondering what Sugar Hill is thinking of this, because as his trainer, Johnny, I was just saying to Dev, looking at those pictures, I'm wondering what Sugar Hill really thinks about this boat ride in quite cold conditions.
I'll tell you one thing, Brendan would not have made us do that. None of this nonsense, get in there. No, we just in show business. You get in there, get your soul warmed up, get inside, in and out, do as little as possible. This kind of thing here, I understand you've got to feed the beast, feed the TV, but you've got to understand this right here is the last thing he wants. It's the last thing. I wonder how Usyk's going to enter. By parachute, by a helicopter. You know, I understand you've got to sell this thing here, but these fighters, this is the last thing they want.
Hey, but this is something we want. This is something the fans want. This is something that Riyadh season wants. Look at these incredible surroundings here.
You mean Usyk's victory?
Hey, His Excellency's talking about cooking a rabbit, so I don't know who wants that.
That's a bit loud here, I'm sorry.
What has Oleksandr Usyk got up his sleeve? Yesterday, he was poking his head out of an aeroplane, spying on Tyson Fury. What is he going to do tonight?
He will smile, joke, train, sing, dance probably. I have no idea for sure. But Usyk is unpredictable. Like you see him in the ring, he is the same in life.
It's up to his mode. I mean, which mode he is today. It's a bit freezing outside, so he might be in a very fast-moving mode, you know.
A lot of people are saying that we are seeing a different Tyson Fury this time. This time he seems meaner. He seems to have an edge about him. Do you agree? Are you seeing a different Tyson Fury than what you saw in the first fight?
Yes, I see a completely different Tyson Fury. He's not playing anymore. You see, he's so focused, concentrated. He doesn't even smile, or maybe he does, but we don't see his smile behind his beard. What can I say? This man probably made some homework. He probably realized that spoiling and just distributing his energy everywhere in media, making fun of a training camp is not the best idea. For this reason, he kept it really serious, like like a monk, I would suggest.
Well, he said this time Oleksandr Usyk will meet the Gypsy King, not the guy that he met last time. This time it's the Gypsy King. How does that sound?
Well, it sounds great, but according to my memories, I need to look up in my phone. I think he met the Gypsy King last time as well.
Well, that is Tyson Fury. Just
Do you think this will be a better version of Tyson Fury than the last fight?
I have actually no prediction for this fight. For me, it's absolutely 50-50 as it was in the first one. I give a credit to Tyson. He's supposed to be he looks more concentrated, and most likely he will try to make some repairs in his techniques and tactics. But the thing that I do expect that it's gonna be a way more dramatic fight than the first one. Way more dramatic.
And Tyson Fury taking up this almost monk kind of role means he's limited his social media activity. Alex, normally he posts something and you're there straight away in the comments saying, you should retire, you're a greedy belly, and all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I feel bored this training camp because I didn't have an opportunity to comment anything. So that was a very poor build-up from my side.
So maybe Alex, you are the one that's probably saying the things you'd probably like Oleksandr to say, but you need to try and get under the skin of Tyson Fury. So that's why you're the one that responds.
Well, let's start from the beginning. Oleksandr Usyk was always under his skin, so he doesn't need to get inside actually. Tyson tried to do this with Oleksandr. But Oleksandr has an advantage. He doesn't speak fluent English. Way better now, but he still, if it comes to an Irish accent, it's really complicated.
Alex, interesting to hear you say that you feel like it might be a more dramatic fight than the first one. Is that because you think that Tyson will come after Usyk from the bell in the way that he did at the first fight?
In Ukraine, we have a saying. The bigger the wardrobe is, the louder is the noise when it falls.
That's an ominous message from Alex Krasik.
Thanks, gents. See you.
Thank you very much, Alex Krasik. We'll let you go. And the man, of course, we are looking at is Tyson Fury, and he says this time he's going to be different. This time it's the Gypsy King.
I'd be upset that I was compared to being a wardrobe and not a tree, an oak tree.
I think what we can kind of deduce from what he said there, Alex, is that he said he doesn't want to give a prediction because it's a 50-50 fight, but he feels that it'll be more dramatic. I think he feels like Fury is going to come at Usyk, and it's going to be his downfall, and Usyk's going to take him out. I think that reading between the lines is what he probably feels is going to happen. If we get a more dramatic fight than that first one, then we are in for some contest, because it was so good back in May.
Well, that was quite dramatic there from Tyson Fury. Just stood in the middle of the ring with his arms by his side, looking up, looking around, soaking in what this is. That was quite a moment. That'll be a lovely picture.
I think anybody and his dog will understand and see Tyson Fury's attitude, his approach is completely different. And so if the fight was close enough the last time, Tyson Fury will have done the maths and thought, if I lost. In his head, he believes he lost, but he doesn't believe he was beaten. And there's a difference. If you're beaten by the better man. He lost because he didn't perform to the best of his ability. On Saturday night, if he performs to the best of his ability and doesn't get the victory, he got beaten. So therefore, he has an excuse for his last performance. So this Tyson Fury, everybody sees the difference. Even Alex says, we see the difference. He's not being braggadocious, he's not getting in your face, he's not being that antagonistic fighter, which makes him a dangerous fighter. He's been able to get away with it with every single opponent until Oleksandr Usyk, and Oleksandr Usyk made him pay the price. So now he's asked to bring his A game.
That's a really interesting point you make there, because that's a distinction that fighters all make, isn't it? And it's a massive distinction in your minds between an L, a loss, and as you say, being beaten, or another way to term it would be a defeat. A massive difference between losing and being defeated. And he lost, that's in the record books, but absolutely he doesn't feel like he was defeated.
Yeah, and that's how a fighter keeps that mindset. That's that strong, positive mindset. So remember, if you've been the heavyweight champion of the world and you really believe you are the best heavyweight in the world, and then all of a sudden you're beaten, your whole life, your whole existence changes, and it's like a kind of a breakdown and an acceptance that you don't want to accept. So Tyson now going through a transition. He's got to accept he's no longer the best heavyweight in the world. Anthony Joshua's been through that existence. He's had to accept that. So now this is it. This is his moment. This is that walk along the plank to say, am I really the best heavyweight in the world? Now, did I make a mistake? Did I drop the ball? Was I unprofessional? And that's why I paid the price. Because if he wins on Saturday, he'll never do that again.
Very interesting there, Tyson Fury. He gloved up. He's kind of moved towards Sugar Hill, and then he didn't actually throw any punches. He got the gloves taken off shortly afterwards. So got a few photos with the gloves on, gloves off, coat back on, he's off.
Contract. I bet it's in the contract. Get the boots on, get the gloves on. He's done it, he's off.
Well, let's hear from the Gypsy King himself.
Thank you, Adi. Planes, trains, automobiles, now we got a boat. I mean, what other surprise do we have for Saturday?
A lot of pain.
Wow, just like that, dry, pain.
Smash and damage.
There you go. So there's another thing that I wanted to ask you. Last time you were nice and clean shaven. Are we planning on changing that at all for Saturday, or we're still Samson?
A lot of hurt.
Is that the just ongoing motto for this weekend?
Hurt. Serious hurt.
I know we're in the last stretch, so are you basically done with all the chit-chat, the talking, the back and forth?
A lot of damage.
Okay, so there you go. Thank you very much. It was a great workout. Look at all these people that came to see you, so for a lot of damage. Thank you.
Few laughs there back and forth with the short answers, but I think that was completely real. That is a focused, determined, menacing Tyson Fury there. He means business. He's not here to mess about.
No, he isn't. And, you know, because we're used to him and we're used to Usyk and we're used to them being quite relaxed during the week, we can forget sometimes what it is that they're actually doing in there on Saturday. It's an incredibly serious thing.
And now let's welcome the defending world champion from Ukraine, a 2012 Olympic gold medalist, now with an undefeated professional record with 22 wins. 14 of those 22 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the undefeated, former undisputed world champion. And this Saturday, the reigning and defending WBA, WBC, WBO, and IBO heavyweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk.
Well, here comes Oleksandr Usyk now in his boat, sailing towards Egypt, just like he sailed through the cruiserweight division, stepped up, sailed through the heavyweight division, became undisputed at 2 weights, and now he has the chance to retain his titles against Tyson Fury.
I like what you did there. Nice play with words, my friend.
You see it.
Very poetic. But again, Usyk has to play the same game, walk the same path, or swim the same waters, or sail the same waters, and get in the ring. What will we see from him? Will he put on a performance, or will he do a Tyson Fury? Do as little as possible, just like the public know they're here. These guys don't need to show off. They don't need to shout and bawl, because the public know exactly what to expect. Now, and I'm quite sure for Usyk people, the ones that are here that have seen Tyson Fury get in, they've got nothing to report back. They've nothing to report back. They want to see how he moves around the ring. They want to see how he hit the pads. There's nothing to report. They want to hear what he said. There's nothing to report. Now, Tyson Fury is going to do as little as possible. I know we're expecting him up here. I'd be very surprised if he does come up here, unless he has to. And these guys just want to fight. These guys just want to get on with it. I'll be surprised if Tyson Fury hangs about to watch Usyk. He just wants to get on with it.
Well, it's big fight feels with these surroundings here in the incredible boulevard world in Riyadh. Oleksandr Usyk he's just cool. He's just chilled. He's on the boat. He's looking at a couple of photos, and he's making his way to ancient Egypt, where he will take to the ring very shortly.
I'm just looking over my shoulder because Tyson Fury's sliding away, I think, towards the far side. He's going to weave a route through the pyramids and off home. And as Johnny said, I'm not surprised by that at all, because he just doesn't have too much to say. I don't think Usyk will have loads to say either, because this is the business end. And like I said, we're used to these guys doing a bit of clowning and being quite light-hearted. But what you have to remember is that they're counting down to the bell ringing on Saturday, and they will fight. And there's a lot at stake. And it's not just the titles, it's their personal pride, but it's also, and let's not try and hide from it, it's their health. Things can happen in there. And heavyweight boxing is serious. You've got to be dialed in to the absolute max. And even when you are, things can go badly wrong. You can get hit with one you don't see, and all of a sudden you're waking up in the changing room. So taking yourself into that place, Johnny, as you all describe it, it's exhausting. And that's another reason why you've only got so many of these really big fights in you. He looks super relaxed here. Maybe he is just a little bit more chilled out than Tyson this week, but the fact that Fury is where he is earlier in the week than we've normally seen it, it just tells you the task he knows on his hands with him.
So his mindset right now, you look at Tyson Fury, he was serious, no nonsense. That's what Usyk did the last time he came in. Usyk now knows he's got the beating of Tyson Fury, so the roles will be reversed. And Usyk wants to make sure he doesn't make the same mistake as Tyson Fury, and keep that professionality about him. And he does, because I'm quite sure when Usyk had seen, after the last fight, when Usyk had seen Tyson Fury fall out of a bar on his face, he's thinking, this guy's not professional. He didn't live the life. It must have upped his confidence, because he's thinking, look at this man. Now you've got to make it a habit. You've got to make that professionalism a habit, a lifestyle habit. It's Usyk's lifestyle. That's how he is. It's not Tyson Fury's. So he's got to now adapt the habits that he dropped. And this is the strength, the mental strength, Oleksandr Usyk has over Tyson Fury.
Well, even though we didn't hear from Tyson Fury, apart from the interview in the ring, I absolutely love that. Didn't want to know. He's not sticking around for Oleksandr Usyk either. He's in a whole different space mentally than what he was in the first fight. Let's just take a moment to watch Oleksandr Usyk's entrance here. I saw the rehearsal earlier. It's pretty dramatic.
It is. It's great. I mean, we saw his arrival yesterday. This is a fighter who's never lost as a professional. And there's been in world title fights all the way through from when he was 9-0. Did everything as an amateur. He's lost very few times in his amateur and professional career, and he's been right up at the highest level for such a long time. Although fight. It's an unbelievable fight. You look at the two characters involved in it, and look at the setup he's given us there, Usyk. It's Wednesday, and I cannot wait for this.
These are the two best heavyweights in the world meeting at the summit. It was a split decision that Oleksandr Usyk won back in May. It was a fight in which Tyson Fury had some and plenty of success. Let's see what happens in the rematch on Saturday. It feels like a new Tyson Fury. But the man in front of him, Oleksandr Usyk, you know exactly what you're going to get. And he looks like a man who just doesn't know how to lose.
He does. He does. And you look at these images, this bright blue square of blazing light in the middle of these pyramids, and you've got this fella at ringside just going for it. We could be in the middle of an epic trilogy here. You know, these are the days of our lives covering this sport. They really are. You cannot underestimate it. 20, 30 years time, we'll talk about this.
Let's get in the crowd here going. Oleksandr Usyk. I'm not sure if he's going to glove up or not. Looks like he's ready for his interview. And we should be hearing very shortly from Oleksandr Usyk, who joins Claudia in the ring. I'm not sure he is quite ready for his interview. Oleksandr Usyk still a little bit of shadow boxing, keeping Claudia waiting and embracing it. And the singer of that band is currently climbing up the rafters here. Incredible scenes here in ancient Egypt, in Riyadh, and I think now we are ready to hear from the unified world heavyweight champion, Oleksandr Usyk. Well, maybe we're not ready to hear from Oleksandr Usyk, because I tell you, this man that we're looking at could well be singing for the next 20 minutes, Andy Clark. He's loving every moment here.
He doesn't want this to end, does he?
He doesn't want this to end at all.
I feel for Claudia doing the interviews in the ring, because she doesn't, you know, it looks like she's going to start and then she can't.
Glory to Ukraine! Слава Україні!
Well, he has got Riyadh rocking. It's quite the performance. I couldn't see a harness on the fella, but he's made his way back down. Let's hear from Oleksandr Usyk.
Thank you, Adi. That was emotional. That was epic, that music. Can you share with us who the artist was?
This is Artemy Pivovarov from Ukraine.
The name again?
Artemy Pivovarov.
Did you all take note? We like that. Now, with that being said, we saw a little bit of a footwork here, and you're known for excellent footwork. So among the talents in the list, what would be higher, boxing or dancing?
Ми знаємо про твої таланти, бачили роботу ніг, але що було б для тебе на вершині? Бокс чи танці?
I think it's dancing.
I agree. So we have a challenge. After, we should dance a little bit more. So we had a chance to see Tyson Fury here. He was
You know, my coach, world champion, was dancing.
I know.
Latina.
Salsa.
Salsa.
Ballroom.
I don't... Ballroom?
Oh, partner in crime. There we go. We should dance sometime. There you go. So we had the opportunity to see Tyson Fury here give us a little bit of his workout, and he was very monotone, hurt, damage. What do you say?
Ми бачили Tyson Fury, потім брали інтерв'ю, і він дуже малослівний був, тільки біль принесу біль, нанесу шкоду, біль, шкоду. Тільки ці слова використовую.
Okay.
Well, there we go back to monosyllabic. With that being said, you are definitely a force to be reckoned with in the ring, undisputed heavyweight. And you used to have hair. Now you took your hair off. Does that? We can't see it because it's cold, but I saw it. You have no hair now. So are you more aggressive without the hair or with the hair?
Коли ти став абсолютом, в тебе було волосся на голові. Зараз ти поголив голову, скажи, будь ласка, ти більш агресивний, коли з зачіскою чи без?
Listen, higher have memory.
Oh.
Yeah. First fight, it was в прошлом.
In the past.
In the past. Now, I'm not more aggressive. I'm kind of. Listen.
Just
yeah.
kind of.
Yes, yes. But this is good, very comfortable in the boxing and in training. But I missed my hair. But after my hair grow, no problem. I like this mirror. Okay. Welcome back.
Handsome as ever. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we shall see you tomorrow. And I think I'm going to follow suit.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ade?
Nice. Thank you.